area and has about the same power. This section here is 5.4 kilowatts. That section there is 5.3 kilowatts. They have 10.7 kilowatts altogether.
So what's that amount to in normal people's terms about power?
That's a month's worth of electricity for your average home in Arkansas.
With this whole array?
Yeah. Yeah. This setup should produce me about 1,200 kilowatt hours a month, and that's actually slightly more than the average home in Arkansas uses in a month. So,
really, theoretically, there are plenty of people whose lots wide enough they can have one of these across.
Well, this is about 1,000 square feet. I don't know how many roofs people with roofs that are south facing. But like I said, with the meter aggregation thing, you don't even have to have any sun on your house. You just buy into a collection of panels in some sunny location.
Where it is, yeah.
And then they connect. You put your own meter on that site, and it's automatically electronically connected with your meter. So those two meters feed into the same place for energy, and the bill comes out of the same thing there, all in one package like that. It's a really neat way of doing it.
So everybody who's got any kind of home could just about have a piece of this.
It's about.
That's what you're saying.
Let me see now. What am I going to say here? It's close to 20 grand.
To buy all this.
For this. That's everything. That would include installation, labor, and everything, because the panels themselves are about 20 grand, but you get a 30% federal tax credit back. So right there, you're taking off. What would that be? 30%. You're taking 6 grand off of that 20 grand for the panels. Then you use that 6 grand for installation and labor. You got it all easily, and you'll never see another electric bill in your life. And now, for me, for instance, in particular, I'm producing more than I can use on a given time. And now it doesn't expire. Used to, at the end of the year, if I had extra credits, they expired. Now they continue. They just don't ever go away. So as long as I'm producing in excess of what I'm using, I'm getting power and I'm accumulating. Because really what I want to do is accumulate for several years, because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to hump firewood. So I'm going to go with a ground source heat pump, and that's going to be using more power. So I want several years of excess production accumulated, and I can do that.
Wow, so it's getting better.
Yeah.
But now I think I heard something that some congressman maybe somewhere were trying to reduce federal subsidies for.
Well, it is going to go down. It's still good. It's going to be tapered off. Right now it's at 30%, and it's going to stay there through 2017. And then it goes down to 25%, and then 20%, and blah, 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 until eventually it goes down to a base of about 10%. But by that time, the cost of panels have been coming down. If you project the cost of panels out in the future as they've been going down now, you won't even need it to still come out ahead on energy production.
So with this field you got here, theoretically you could heat and cool a lot of homes with arrays that big.
If you just imagine extending it all the way down to the tree line.
Sure, yeah.
Because I've got the sun all the way down there. I can put in 5 times, 10 times this much.
Oh man. Bob Allen, where'd you learn to do this?
Well, I'm a chemist. More importantly, I'm a physical scientist, and everything I've been interested in since I started teaching in '77. My very first grant was focused on alternative energy. I was looking actually at the time of extracting rubber, natural rubber, from goldenrod.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, this was during the first energy crunch.
Well, how'd that come out? I got a lot of goldenrod around.
Not worth it. Yeah, you can get about my argument was that there's latex in goldenrod, and latex is still, even though we can make rubber synthetically, for some reason radial tires require a lot of natural latex. And my idea was, okay, well, why don't we just grow the latex here instead of having to go to Indonesia or Brazil to farm latex? We can do it right here with perennial weeds.
So it's from the stems, the whole body of it would produce the latex.
And with a little engineering, you can probably up that to make it more practical.
GMO.
Well, I mean, it's just rubber. Come on.
I know.
I'm not going to eat it.
No. It's just when you get the public turned against a term,
sure, yeah,
then you can't tell if they're actually know what they're talking about, and we don't.
Well, okay, let's do it.
It takes us a while to learn what we're talking
with selective
about.
breeding, we could get better yields. How's
Yeah.
that? Does that sound better? Less scary.
Anyway, it's a beautiful place. Yeah, I'm not sure I've dreamed about being here, but